Hey guys, my name is Samir and this is my YouTube channel Sami Films. Today I'm going to talk to you about some driving tips that you might find helpful if you're planning a really long distance road trip, like really long, like a couple of days. You're going to be on the road, you, car, your family, and just having fun. Based on your driving experience, your definition of long distance may be different to what I'm talking about. You could be talking about half an hour, 45 minutes long drive, or could be possibly 1 hour one way, 2 hours. What I'm talking about is really long. It's like a day or two. So what do I know about driving? So I hold two different driving licenses. I hold Indian driving license and I also hold a UK driving license. I'm born in Mumbai, so I grew up driving in Mumbai and in India. I've always had cars around me. I started driving like really early age, and now I also have a driving experience in a few different countries as well in the past. I also drive in the UK now. I've got a bit of both experience. You know about driving in India. If you've ever been to India, it is absolute chaos. It's like I've driven in Mumbai most of my life, so it's like literally cows on the road. You got like pigs, you got dogs, you got people, and you got to find your way through the roads and all that stuff. And it's chaos, absolute chaos. But if you can drive in that chaos, trust me, you can drive anywhere in the world. It's a lot easier. The experience of driving in India and experience driving in the UK is totally different things. It's like the rules are basically the same, but the amount of traffic you have to deal with in Mumbai is just insane. UK is easy peasy, everything is planned, roads are safer, road conditions are a lot better, there's less cars, less traffic. It's a lot pleasant experience. So another thing I want to mention it to you, I'm driving to Lithuania in the next week, and that's where my in-laws are, and we decided we might as well take a car because we got a cat, we got baby, we got all sorts of things we'll be carrying, and we thought the driving is the best option. We have done it before without the baby obviously, and it was insane fun, but this time around I'll be filming the whole process, so you guys will know what to expect, and hopefully the video will be a lot more interesting. In this video I'm specifically talking about driving from UK to Europe, but these are more like a all-rounded tip, so it doesn't matter which country you are in. So you go. So tip number one is learn about your car. If you're planning to drive really far for your summer trip or any holiday occasion, make sure you know everything about your car. You need to know your car like you know your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, and your partner. Basically, this is the vehicle you'll be driving for all the time. So the more you know about it, the easier it gets. You need to make sure your car is like road legal, so no crazy stuff going on like a door hanging out, or there's no broken mirrors or broken tail lights, anything like that. You need to get that sorted before you start driving. The easiest thing you can do, take your car to your local garage before your annual service, just get him to sort everything out, do the servicing, and then plan your journey. I think it's a lot easier when you know like your car's been looked after, everything's sorted out, there's no major issues going on, and you're going to be stressing a lot less on your trip and focus on the driving. I think this is the best thing you can do. Just make sure that the car's been checked properly. Make a list of what could possibly go wrong, or what are the potential issues with your car. Like having this list would help you better on the road, just in case anything goes wrong, so you can direct to the person who's going to fix your car in the future. So another thing you can do is basically just your seat height, steering, and the backrest. Doing this, trust me guys, it's like it helps you with your posture, and you don't end up with a sore back. When I did my first Euro trip, one mistake I did, like I didn't know how to adjust my steering wheel height. So basically I drove like 3,000 miles across the Europe, 7 different countries, and I've been driving, it was having fun, but I didn't know how to adjust my steering height. So basically I drove it in an awkward position all this time, and later, few years down the line, I realized I could actually adjust my steering height, and I absolutely felt like an idiot. Don't do this. Just make sure you can adjust your steering wheel, and just don't be like this. Make sure you can adjust your steering wheel height, and then you'd be all good to go. Also, if you drive like an old car like I do, another thing I do basically is I carry some spare engine oil as well, and some spare engine coolant, because my car tends to leak all of these fluids. So I like to top it up every time I go for like a fuel stop. I just pop the bonnet up, just make sure everything's cool. Engine level is perfect, and engine level, it's not engine level, engine oil level is perfect. Coolant level is perfect, and that's it. That's all you need to do. Make sure there's no major leaks going under your bonnet. Okay, tip number 2, I think this is the most important thing. So you sorted your car out, everything's cool. So another thing you need to do is to get plenty of rest. I think this is a no-brainer. You cannot be drinking or partying, or the last thing you want to do is like feeling drowsy, feeling sleepy all the time. You keep drinking energy drinks, nothing helps, and it just makes you miserable throughout the drive. So make sure you just get plenty of rest. Imagine you just close your eyes for a second, and the next moment, you know, like you're rear-ending somebody else, and you just ran into like 100 different problems. So you just want to avoid that, and just make sure you get plenty of rest, you're feeling fresh, and that's it. I think there are some new cars, they have like this sleep detection thingy where if the driver is falling asleep, the car starts braking slowly. I'm not sure if you have that function. If you have it, make sure you activate it, but obviously don't fall asleep and take a risk and your car starts braking in the middle of nowhere. So I think you just want to avoid that, but make sure you trust your own guts, and I think that's the best thing you can do. Tip number 3 is to dress comfortably. I think this is a no-brainer. So if you know you're going to be driving for a few hours straight, the day is going to be hot, just make sure you wear some comfortable clothes, like you can pop a nice loose t-shirt, shorts, and I think this is the best thing you can do while driving. You can also wear like a nice flat shoes like Converse or Vans. I think those certainly helps while driving because you get like a better pedal grip as well. Wear something chunky shoes. For a short drive, I think it's fine. You don't feel it as much, but if you're driving for like 15-20 hours a day, your feet's gonna kill you. So just wear flat shoes and you'll be all right. I'd also keep a pair of sunglasses with me, so I think this way so your eyes doesn't get too tired. You know, if you're driving in the summertime, your sun's going to be up in your face all the time. If it's too bright, just put sunglasses on and you'll be good to go. Tip number 4, allow plenty of travel time. You know you're going to be on a holiday mode, so where do you need to rush? So for example, you need to reach to the point A in roughly 3 hours. So you can allow yourself like around 4.5 hours, even 5 hours. You never know what's going to happen on the way, so you can start feeling sleepy, or if there's an accident and there's delays on the motorway, anything like that's going to add up more time in your journey. So the 3 hours trip could be or 4 hours or 5 hours. So what I'll do, I'll probably leave a couple of hours early, just reach there on your destination without stressing yourself out. Anything can happen last minute, so you don't have to worry about it. Tip number 5, dash cameras. This is the most important mod you can do to your car. I cannot stress enough how important this is. You need to have one in the front, one in the back. Probably I'd definitely have one in the front. On the back it's not so important, but having one in the front is definitely important. Speaking from experience, a few years ago I was driving down this road just after traffic light and some car stopped in front of me urgently, so I had to hit my brake like last minute. I literally managed to save the car, and there was a biker guy who was behind me. I managed to stop in time. He couldn't, and he just literally drove into the back of my car. There you go, you can see it to yourself. And there was another guy on the other side of the road. Luckily he had a dash camera and he managed to catch all this drama on his camera, and that basically helped me to tell my insurance that there was a car in front of me that stopped, and I wasn't brake checking for no reason. So basically that helped me with my insurance. I feel sorry for him. He couldn't stop in time. Obviously he was probably tired as well. This was around like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the evening. Everyone's going back home from work, so obviously everyone tired or something, so he could possibly be tired. Tip number 6, plan your route. So basically you need to know how many states or how many cities that you're crossing, and you need to know roughly what are the local driving laws in that specific state or on the region. That's another great thing, because So for example, I was driving through France, and I know for sure that there are some cities or some regions of France you cannot have a dash cameras on the front or on the back. You could get fined for that. So something like that you need to have a look out for. So for example, in UK you drive on the left side of the road, and in Europe you drive on the right side of the road. So you need to make sure that you have your light deflectors on your front beams. So you have to buy those stickers from the car shop, and you just stick them on the front lights, and that way you just don't blind the drivers, because obviously you're on the other side of the road, and your headlamps are designed slightly different to depends on what country you are from. So things like this you need to be aware of, basically, so you don't get in trouble whilst you're driving in that region. If you're driving in Europe for UK citizens, it's important to carry an emergency kit. So I think it's in the France again, if they stop you for any reason, and if they can't find a emergency kit in your car, like next to you, you could get fined or possibly imprisonment or anything like that. So just make sure like you read about all of that, and just you'd be all right. So when you drive for like hours and hours and hours, you know, your windshield gets really dirty, you hit the bugs and whatnot, so bird poop, and it gets all gunked up. And so no matter how much you use your windshield washer, those sticky dead bugs do not wash away, and it just gets even messier as well. So in this case, you can just stop for a quick fuel break. You can spray soapy water on the glass and scrub it with a brush. You could carry it, and that's it. It just does the trick. You can use it to wash your dirt off your hands as well. You get your nice fresh clean hands. So that's it. Number 8, snacks and water. This is no brainer. Tip number 9. So it doesn't matter if you're driving short trip or long trip, but keeping your head calm is possibly the best thing you can do whilst you're driving. So it's basically being patient just solves like 99% of the road issues that you face, like literally. If you see someone driving faster than the speed limit in your lane, you can just slow down a bit, and then you can just give them away, and you can both go about your business. So I think that's the best thing you can do. There's no point starting an argument and getting into a fire in the middle of the road, and it just ruin the whole mood of the trip. So best thing you can do, just be patient and put some music on and just enjoy the drive. So this is just what I think. Tell me what you think as well in the comment section. Tell me your experience, and tell me any extra tips that you can possibly think of. So these are some of the tips I'll be following in my trip to Lithuania as well. Thank you for watching this video. I will keep you posted. I'll soon post another video about the trip, and let's see how it goes.